Hi guys, and welcome to AquaDream. Today we have a new project, and that project is not the rebuild of my retired old aquarium, and this time we are going to make a custom-made aquarium. Dimensions of this aquarium are unusual. This aquarium is custom-made by the requirements of the client, of the future owner of this aquarium, and that will be a very interesting project. This project will be a shallow aquarium with a triangular layout. Some plants will grow in their submerged form and some plants will grow out of water in their immersed form. That was the requirement from the customer. I have a similar aquarium in my studio, which is 60 centimeters. If you watch that video, if you haven't, you can find this video on my channel. And this tank is growing very well. All the plants are just thriving, and it's more than a year old already, and the plants are growing very well, and I'm so happy with that scape. So the similar scape will be for the customer. But before we look at the new project today, let's go. I want to show you something. Do you remember one of my recent projects, this 110 centimeters shallow tank? And as you remember, when I built this tank, I got this plant here, that one. I don't know still the exact name of that plant, but I see that local scapers often use this plant for scapes. When I built this tank, as you remember, this plant wasn't in good condition, so the seller sent it to me almost in dead condition, and I was hoping for this plant to recover, but as you can see, it didn't recover. All the stems here and leaves are dry, completely dry, and so I lost my hope for this plant. But after a few weeks I wanted to look at the fern here, and when I was moving these plants here, as you can see, there is a new growth. You can see that plant is that plant that was dead here, but it's growing again from the bottom. So the new stem with new leaves is growing up, and I think in a few months I will see that plant growing up here, and I'm so happy this plant recovered. So the nature never give up, and even almost dead plant is still recovering. I will cut these dead stems and leaves. They are very actually hard to cut, so just normal scissors cannot cut it. So I'm gonna use a very sharp knife to cut this and to help that plant to recover faster and grow quicker with new stems and leaves. Alright, that was a little update of my recent project, and now let's go and look at our new tank today. Right guys, so this is our beauty beast for scaping today. I really like the size of this aquarium. It is 50 centimeters long, it is 40 centimeters wide, and only 20 centimeters high. So it is a shallow aquarium with 5 millimeters glass thickness, and it will fit exactly as the customer measured it. The filter is hang-on filter like this, which I always use for all my aquariums with filter. This is the smallest version, 400 liters per hour, and I might change later the side of water in and out tubes. I think that here on the right side should be the water out, so the water flow will go to that corner and come back circulating like this and getting to that corner and taking in again. I think so. I will change it. I will see at the end when the hardscape is ready. For now, I put the filter so I can keep it in mind. I can see that the filter is here, so I'm not going to cover in and out tubes with the hardscape, with the wood or rocks. And so the main idea of the hardscape is a triangular layout, and if all my triangular layouts before were starting from that corner and going down to this corner, this time the hardscape will start from that corner. Hill with the immersed plants will be starting from here and going down to that corner. The light that I'm using this time is a Chihira Series B. It's 49 watt, and I use that light already for one of my shallow aquariums. It's good because this light has an app, and it is easy to set up hours of work. You don't need the additional timer for this light, so it all works by the app, and you can set up the time, whatever time you want and whatever brightness you want of this light. For now I'm using 100 bright, and I think I'm gonna use 100% brightness because I only use that small one light for that wide aquarium. So the front will not be with much plants here, so I don't need the high intense light in the front, but the back will be with a lot of plants, so only that one light will be fine. I'm going to stick the black sticky paper on the back glass as I always do for all the aquariums, so the background will be black. You won't see the filter and it will look much better than it is now. The wood I'm going to use today, I'm gonna show you. Look at that wood, it's beautiful. I couldn't find, actually it took me so long to find the best piece of wood for this aquarium, and I found that one, but of course it's too big for that aquarium. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece so that part will go completely down here and touch the ground, and I'm going to also see if I need to cut that end here. Probably I will cut it like this, so it will go fully to that corner here, and some of the parts like this one and this one will look out of the water, which will look very nice. And also these small pieces I'm also going to probably use. I will see if I will stick these two pieces to the main piece of wood, or I will just play with it and see if I can stick it to the rocks or just leave it on the ground. The rocks I'm going to use are river rocks. You will see them later. And I also got lots of plants for this scape, and this aquarium will be with no CO2 injection. So I'm going to use only the plants that do not require the additional CO2 injection. Only the plants that are growing with enough CO2 that is produced naturally by the plants and all the microorganisms, fish and snails. So first step, I'm going to stick the black background, then I'm going to cut the wood, and I'm going to see how it fits. If it fits well, then we can start working on the hardscape. that piece of wood that I cut from this side, I stick here, and it looks very nice now. And I use to stick it, and to make it dry faster, I added and also covered that glue with some sand on it. So now it's very strong and the wood is ready. It looks beautiful. I can imagine the final result with all the rocks, with the sand. By the way, the sand I'm gonna use with gold color sand, and you will see it later, and I think it will be amazing. So let's start working on the hardscape. I'm going to remove that wood. For this scape, I'm going to use bags for the layer for the beneficial bacteria. Also, I'm going to use bags for the substrate, since this aquarium will be transferred to the customer, and during the transportation it is better when the substrate and everything is in bags, so it won't be too much destroyed when the aquarium will be a little bit shaken during the transportation in the car. So to avoid the distortion of the substrate and the whole hardscape, so the first layer, as always, I'm going to use fine lava rock for the beneficial bacteria colonies as the first layer, and I'm going to use bags for everything, for the fine lava rock for the substrates. Yes, and so this time I'm going to use fine lava rock for the beneficial bacteria colonies as the first layer, and I'm going to wash it and put it in the bags and then place it. Guys, so the layer for the beneficial bacteria and the substrate for the plants is ready. So I use the mix of the substrate, so I use that one produced locally. It feels like it's in granules like this, and it feels like a mud based substrate. I think if you make it wet, you see it feels like it's a mud. So I use that one often with just the regular substrate. I don't have the preferences for the brand of the aquarium soil. I always use different ones, Chinese, Japanese, local ones, and I think they all work the same. So for the just regular soil, I use kind of Japanese brand. I can't tell you the name of it, but yeah. So the mix of the substrate and everything is ready. So the substrate is ready. Now I'm going to cover everything with the sand, then place the wood, rocks, and stick rocks with the wood to make the hardscape very strong. Wow guys, look at this hardscape, it's amazing. Every time I make the hardscape like this, I just want to leave it like this without plants, but with the plants, and especially in 6 months after the setup, when the plants are fully grown, it will look just even more beautiful. So I will definitely change the size of the filter with water in and out. So in will be on that side and the water flow will go through the center of the aquarium to that corner, return here and back in the filter. So the glue dried up and everything is strong now. Now I can spray the tank and start planting. Let's look at the plants that I have today. So for the plants today, I will definitely plant this Murdannia Keisak, similar to my shallow tanks. It grows very well in the immersed form. I also want to try the Ludwigia palustris, also in the immersed form. So add some red colors. I also got this Fern, a small one. Also it will be grown in the immersed form. Some of the Bucephalandra I will plant submersed. Some of them will be in the immersed form. Cryptocoryne Parva. That Cryptocoryne, I'm not sure, I don't remember the name of this Cryptocoryne, so for the name, look at the description below. Some Anubias nano petite. Also for the Anubias, some Anubias will be in the immersed form, some of the Anubias will be in the submersed form. Cryptocoryne wendtii, I have a few more pots like this. I also got some tenellum. Tenellum is a very good foreground plant. Let's see if it grows in this tank, because it grows very well in my nano tank with no filter. It doesn't really like the water flow, so if the water flow is very high, it doesn't grow very well, but it grows very good with no filter where there is no water flow. I also have this cardamom lerata plant. I also want to try to plant it in the immersed form if I have enough space. I will see. I have lots of plants, but maybe not all of them I'm going to plant. So let's see if this plant will have space. And of course, one of my favorite mosses is the Fessidens Fontanus moss. Grows very well, also in the tank with no CO2. Very nice one. And that's all for the plants. I have another plant which I also going to plant together with the Murdannia Keisak, which will grow very high and out of the tank. I'm going to show you now. So I placed that plant temporarily here. So it looks like this, growing out of water. Very nice, very beautiful. Here you can see it under the light. Looks very nice. Two species of Cryptocoryne is ready. I prepared it and I cleaned all the roots from the sponge, from the foam that they were in. It takes a very long time to clean that root. And now it's a hot season. It's already very hot in Vietnam, and every time I clean that roots, I clean the plants because they were growing in the farm. Sometimes when I clean these roots, sometimes I see leeches living inside that sponge, that foam. And every time I clean roots, I'm freaking out to see that leech, and it's potentially can suck my blood. And today I'm working with no gloves because I need to buy a new one. I ran out of the gloves, and now I'm with the naked hands cleaning that roots and freaking out to see another disgusting leech. Anyways, Cryptocoryne is ready. The roots were too long, so I cut, not this one, I forgot to cut.
but all of the Cryptocoryne I cut the roots, make it shorter so it's easier to plant, plus it will boost the growth. Let's start with Cryptocoryne, then I'm going to prepare Cryptocoryne Parva and also plant it. Then we're going to plant the plants, immersed plants in the top area. Yeah, and we will finish with the tenellum as foreground plants somewhere here. Alright, let's go. Wow guys, finished planting. Finally, the tank is ready. The only thing is left is the filter. I'm going to upgrade it as I always do, add extra sponges and some media for bacteria colonies for the biological filter. And look at this beauty. Look at this fern with this grass going out, looking amazing. And when there's Murdannia Keisak, this mini bamboo will grow up, it will look amazing together with that grass. I am only concerning about that Anubias, with light green color Anubias, because usually it adapts to a new environment not really good. It's melting, so let's see how it goes. And I'm also concerned about the Cryptocoryne Parva. Cryptocoryne Parva also adapting to a new environment, to the submerged form not really well after being immersed for a long time. So let's see. I noticed that the bigger bushes of this Cryptocoryne Parva you plant, the better it adapts, the better it survives and grows. So let's see. Also, let's see how the tenellum will grow in that scape. I hope it will spread and will cover not the whole foreground, but most of it. It will look, the front will look more grassy, and of course Anubias nano petite will grow here much bigger and will cover all the wood, and it will grow wider. Also Cryptocoryne wendtii at the background will grow higher. In the future you will see it at the background. And also Cryptocoryne wendtii adapting to a new environment, and it melts. Some of the bushes will melt completely. Every time it's different, but I cut the roots, so I boost the growth. So let's see. Hope most of the plants will survive, will adapt and grow as fast as possible. And to help the plants to grow for the first week, because first 2 weeks the plants are adapting, they are not really growing. The roots are spreading in the substrate, and only after 2 weeks they start growing in their full potential. But before that 2 weeks I will help them to grow. So I will change, the first week I will change water every day. I will add water conditioner and bacteria as I always do. And also Bucephalandra is over there, should be fine. Bucephalandra should grow fine. Fern is growing very well in the immersed form. Actually, I noticed that fern can grow in immersed form, and it grows better in immersed form than submerged. But it will be like, you can see the height of this aquarium and the fern, so it will be half in water, half immersed. So should grow very well as well. Alright guys, look at that beauty. It's amazing. I'm so happy with that scape. Beautiful. Alright. Let's set up the filter. I'm not going to show you how I upgrade the filter. I did it many times in my previous videos. So watch my other videos and I showed in details how I upgrade the filter. Alright, after setting up the filter, I'm going to fill up the tank with water, and that's it. And we will enjoy the final look of it. And I'm going to make the final video after 3 or 5 days when the water is crystal clear. Alright guys, so it is the third day since I set up this aquarium, and as you can see, only 3 days and the water has already cleared up. It's crystal clear. I think it will be even more clear in other 2 days, but I don't want to wait. I want to make the final video now. I've just added 10 snails, near 18 snails. As always, I add them first as the first tenants of the new aquarium, so they will help to clean up the aquarium before I get fish and shrimp. Cryptocoryne Parva will adapt to a new environment. The leaves will become smaller and some of the leaves will melt. The tenellum, in another week, the tenellum will start growing higher and will start spreading around, and I hope it will cover most of the foreground. Let's see how it goes. Actually, I was worrying about this light color Anubias nano because it is usually adapting not really well to submerged form, but I noticed that actually I planted it and it's in the immersed form mostly, so it will be fine. It will grow more bushy and will look so beautiful in mix with dark color Anubias. I think it's an amazing mix. Bucephalandra also in its immersed form, and it will be fine. It's enough water there for the roots and it's enough moisture there, so it will be fine. The Fern also should be fine. I will see how this grass is growing in its immersed form, because that's the first time I used that grass for this cave. As always, I added some of these floating plants. They also help with the new aquarium, removing all the excess nutrients from water, so cleaning up water faster, because new plants, all the plants are still adapting. They haven't rooted yet into the substrate, so they haven't started their full growth. And before that, of course, I'm changing water every day for the first 7 days. And these floating plants, they are growing fast and they help to clean up water as well. Can't wait to see all the changes of this aquarium. Can't wait to see it's fully grown. Oh, sorry guys, I'm stuck. It's so beautiful. If you like this cave, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and to see the updates and the growth of this aquarium, don't forget to follow me on Instagram or on my TikTok page. Also, don't forget to visit my stores where you can find all the equipment that I personally use for my aquariums. The link will be in the description below. And I'll see you next time in my new project. Goodbye.